Police chase
Out of Los Angeles.
out of Los Angeles, my co-host Samia's hometown.
Again, guys, you're looking at live images coming in right now of a police chase out of Los Angeles. You're looking at that black sedan that is fleeing from police, surprisingly going at a relatively fast rate in the right-hand lane, especially odd at this time, 3:30. Rush hour starts in Los Angeles as early as 2 p.m. You can see that that vehicle is fleeing as fast as possible. We were reading reports earlier from the scanner that this vehicle had entered a parking lot. Looks like it had just made a right-hand turn. I believe that this car is being pursued in the San Fernando Valley. We're working to get you guys additional information right now. We have very limited information. We just know that police are pursuing this black sedan in the greater Los Angeles area.
Again, you guys, the LAPD is pursuing a driver on surface streets in the Sherman Oaks area. This is being called a car theft suspect in San Fernando Valley. All right, you guys, we are going to take you back to that Hillary Clinton rally in Cincinnati, Ohio, but we want to show you this breaking news right now of a police chase in the Sherman Oaks area in California. This is a stolen vehicle right now. Police are pursuing him in the San Fernando Valley.
Did you see that move he just made? He is really trying to avoid any possible stopping. He just maneuvered into a parking lot, went through it, made a quick right turn just so he wouldn't have to stop at the light. He's going obviously faster than the posted speed limit there. You can see that he's traveling at a faster rate in Sherman Oaks. This is the San Fernando Valley of Los Angeles. He just passed a restaurant, Barone's, which is on Oxnard and Valley Glen. So he is north of Sherman Oaks at this point. I would say closer to the North Hollywood area. So we know that this vehicle is in the Oxnard, Woodman area, the area of Oxnard, Victory Boulevard, Woodman, Van Nuys Boulevard, the San Fernando Valley. I would describe this area as north of Sherman Oaks, close to North Hollywood. It's one of those things, for those of you familiar with the San Fernando Valley, where 1 minute you're in one LA suburb and the next minute you're in another. You could be in Studio City, Sherman Oaks, Valley Glen, Valley Village, Van Nuys, North Hollywood. So the best way to describe where this vehicle is right now is the San Fernando Valley. Looks like he is going through stoplights. I believe he just passed Victory, a 7-Eleven on Victory. Again, guys, you're looking at live images of a stolen vehicle that's being pursued by police. We are watching as this suspect travels at a high rate of speed through the San Fernando Valley, not stopping at any red lights, crossing through stop signs. Really a very serious threat to drivers on the street.
Yeah, I mean, he is going extremely fast for this area.
Very fast. Again, these are surface roads. He's not stopping at all. Whenever he can make a turn, he's taking that opportunity to turn, doing really anything to avoid stopping at all. If he approaches a red light, if he can't run through the red light, he will make a quick right turn, drive through a parking lot, do whatever he can to avoid stopping. Looks like he just passed a Citibank and a Wells Fargo. The camera zooms out, I'll be able to get a better idea of where in the San Fernando Valley the suspect is. Again, we are watching police pursue this black sedan, described as a stolen vehicle out of the San Fernando Valley.
And this only started about 10 minutes ago, so this is just the beginning of this chase, which
Right.
we've covered chases before that have gone on for
Hours.
So
It looks like he's entered another parking lot. And again, I think he is choosing to enter these parking lots just to avoid any stopping at all. You can see the police vehicle pursuing him behind.
Here we go.
And nope.
Wow.
He is avoiding the opportunity to surrender. Again, if he's in a parking lot, obviously you have to be concerned about any pedestrians that might be walking to their car. He's obviously not traveling slowly at all. You can
he's
see
gonna
he
get
almost.
oh my gosh.
Look at this. Wow.
He just made it through those. I don't even think he hit the car. I don't even think he hit any cars.
And for all our viewers tuning in, you can hear a lot of commotion in the newsroom. Obviously, a lot of people tuning in. All eyes are on this police chase right now here in the Fox 10 newsroom. Again, this chase happening in Southern California. Looks like, let me see if I can get the exact location for you.
So they're still calling it the busy intersections of the San Fernando Valley, but
Right, that's
hard to
probably the
say.
best way to describe it. I'm trying to see if I can recognize any defining landmark that may give us a clearer idea of where the suspect is in the valley. He's traveling at a very high rate of speed.
I couldn't believe he made it through that parking lot without wrecking. I mean,
Right,
that's
and
very hard.
Just a couple minutes ago, we really thought that police had caught him and that
No.
the suspect was going to surrender, but it looks like the suspect does not want to stop. He does not want to surrender in this pursuit.
Oh, and again, you mentioned this is a stolen vehicle, so it explains
There's
why
a
he's trying to get
Chevron,
away.
unleaded gas, 293, out in Los Angeles.
Oh, there's a landmark. Okay.
Although the Chevron doesn't really give me much indication of where in LA it is. There's lots of Chevrons.
Right.
It does give me an indication that cost of living is a lot better here in Arizona, though.
Well, you know what, though? It's always helpful when this happens in Los Angeles. We have a lot of police chases in Los Angeles, and Samia, you're from there. So you can usually see a road and say, oh, yeah, I know where he is right now.
Right, especially when it's in the San Fernando Valley, because prior to moving here to Arizona, I was living in the Studio City, Sherman Oaks area. So it looks like he just passed a Popeyes. Again, guys, we are looking at live images coming in from Southern California. Wow.
Oh, my gosh.
Look at this.
See, he's going through these intersections and not even slowing down.
No.
This
He
is not going to end well.
not going to slow down by any means. The fact that he has successfully avoided stopping at any red lights is somewhat impressive.
Right, because usually these things end with the intersection, someone wrecks, and the car has to stop.
Right.
And I'm just so surprised he made it through that parking lot.
I know. Again, all of you guys tuning in on Facebook and YouTube, we appreciate You guys watching, if this is your first time watching News Now, we urge you to hit that like button on Facebook. That way you'll get a notification whenever we go live for breaking news, whether it's a political rally, a protest, or a car chase. And if you're watching on YouTube, make sure to hit that subscribe button because we are streaming all day, every day, Monday through Friday. And you don't want to miss a thing.
Did he just go over a speed bump really aggressively? I mean, that looked like that damaged the car.
I think is he in a cul-de-sac or a dead end? Nope. And then he's
another
getting
parking
into
lot.
a parking lot. But look, there's nowhere to go at this point. There's no outlet, and there are two officers. Is he gonna leave? Oh my goodness!
Oh my gosh!
Oh! And the other.
All right, you guys, viewer discretion is advised. We don't know how this is going to pan out. We do see that the car has been stopped now by police.
Wow! Look at all the smoke coming from the car. Oh gosh! Lots of officers there. Lots of police units. Can we drop the lower third for just a second
Yeah.
so that we can see how many?
Doesn't look good. They're shooting him. They're shooting him? No. Not yet.
Look at that. I want to say that there are at least 8 police units that responded to this. 5, 6, 7.
And right now he's
still inside the vehicle. The suspect is still inside the vehicle. Viewer discretion is advised. Wow. He was not planning to stop.
no. I mean, he was trying to get out of there really. I don't know what he was thinking going to the end of a cul-de-sac.
But it might have been one of those situations where he wasn't familiar with the area and just kept turning on streets.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't think he was relying on any sort of GPS at this point.
I mean, this only lasted, what would you say, 15 minutes, so this was a pretty quick car chase.
Well, on our end, we had only had it for a handful of minutes. It's unclear how long police had been pursuing him before
Yeah.
the chopper went into the sky to follow along. But you can see, look at that, all the officers with their guns drawn.
Sometimes these chases don't end well, so you got to be prepared for anything.
Right.
You know?
Viewer discretion is advised.
I thought he was going to be able to slip through again.
What car did you say that was? A Chevy? Didn't you say you knew what car that was?
I don't specifically. It just looked like a black Chevy sedan.
Stolen vehicle. Looks like he's on the phone right now. Do you see that?
Mm-hmm. A lot of commotion in the newsroom. Everyone glued to their TV sets watching this chase.
Right.
Well, I guess it's not a chase anymore.
I think everyone just starts to feel a little bit of anxiety when they're watching someone try to drive a stolen vehicle.
At that rate
Out
of
of-
speed, too.
Yeah, and they're going through these intersections and they're not even looking. I mean, I think that just kind of leaves everyone on edge and it's hard to look away.
Mm-hmm. The car was described as a 2013 Chevy sedan, according to the LAPD.
Okay.
I believe this vehicle, the scene ended in the Van Nuys area, also in the San Fernando Valley.
And now it looks like he's just staying in the car on the phone.
Wow.
He almost had it for a second there. I thought he was going to get away. Did you?
Oh, yeah, no, I didn't realize that many units were pursuing him.
Yeah.
Like, once he passed the first 2 police units, I really thought he was going to get away, and then that third one came up and just
Yeah.
crashed into him. I guess that's a priority in this situation. Don't worry about the cost of repairing the police unit.
Yeah.
It's smarter to just apprehend the suspect by limiting his ability to get away.
Yeah, that's a good point. Now they're probably gonna have to get their cars fixed as well. You can see
Well,
the
there's
front.
yeah.
Yeah.
All the smoke I think is coming from the police unit.
Yeah. Question is, how long will he stay in his car?
Wow. Just another Monday here on News Now.
On Halloween Monday, a
Right.
police chase. Again, you guys, we will take you back to that Hillary Clinton rally in Cincinnati, Ohio, just as soon as we see how this,
Situation unfolds
yeah,
or ends.
yes. Looks like police are moving to a different area now towards the vehicle to prepare when he gets out. Let's hope that the driver does not have a weapon on him. It looks like he was just on the phone a few minutes ago. Now he's hesitating to get out of that stolen vehicle.
Mike, how long do you think the suspect will stay inside the vehicle? Mike says it could be anything.
I know you've covered a lot of chases, Samia. How long do they usually stay inside the car like this? They usually get out fairly quickly, right?
Oh,
And something happens.
I've had some where they just stay in the car for a while, like 30 minutes, 40 minutes. They're in a cul-de-sac.
Oh my gosh.
They're either negotiating with police through the window or through the phone, or they're making. Oh my
shoot.
gosh!
Okay, they smashed the window open. They're no longer waiting.
And they're shooting.
Shoot. Hold on. It looked like they were shooting.
It's a pellet
I just want
gun.
to get out of it. Okay.
Oh wow, they're yelling something. They don't want to wait for him. Oh my
they are
gosh.
not waiting for him anymore.
They're smashing windows. I haven't seen something like this. Oh my goodness.
Okay, that driver is apprehended.
Unwillingly.
Yeah, they were not going to wait for him. They probably thought, you know what, we've got other things to do today. Get out of the car. Have you seen anything like that before in some of the...
You know what? In all the police chases I've covered, I have actually not seen
Just
that
this-
specifically, where they just
Smash
don't want to
the
wait.
window.
They just smash windows and they just go right in. Obviously, they know things we don't know, so
Yes,
obviously
good
they
point.
might have felt that in this situation they needed to smash the windows and apprehend the suspect versus letting the suspect sit in the car, wait it out.
Yes.
Wow, the suspect really not wanting to cooperate with police. He looks relatively young, doesn't he?
Yeah, he really does. He looks like a young man there. I mean,
Teenager, early 20s. It's hard to tell, obviously, from this aerial view, but
yeah, he does look like a young man.
again, the suspect wanted in this stolen vehicle pursuit, apprehended in the Van Nuys area of Los Angeles.
I wonder if he was probably on the phone just thinking, oh, I can take my time with this, and smash comes in.
Who
These
knows what he
police.
was thinking?
Yeah, smashing these windows in. Maybe he was scared to get out of the car because he could see he was being surrounded, but. Well, now he's just laying down, which is sort of strange. So is it possible that he could be under the influence? We don't know, but it's sort of strange that now he's just laying down on the ground. Again, if you guys are just joining us and you're wondering what's going on, this was a police pursuit that happened in the San Fernando Valley of California. This man stole a vehicle and cops were finally able to find him, get him out of this car by smashing the windows in and essentially dragging him out and cuffing him. So now
there below, being pursued by the Los Angeles Police Department. We're hearing the driver and two other suspects. Very busy. You see the students there on the corner there making a southbound turn again, staying in the same neighborhood. So possibly he's connected to this neighborhood. He knows this neighborhood well, and he's crossing over 46th Street. Now, a lot of heavy traffic because this is when school gets into session here. Up on the curb, narrowly missing the van, almost overturning there, taking that turn really tight. This is really challenging for officers because these streets are narrow. There's parking on both sides. There are 2 lanes, and there's a lot of traffic this time of morning with schools just starting out on this very busy Thursday morning here. Primarily staying on the numbered streets here, Steve. That's right, because they do have an airship up. The LAPD does have a helicopter now, so they are going to be able to track him by the air, but across the center divider there, ongoing against oncoming traffic, making a turn now back towards the east here. And LAPD, I count at least 6 units traveling behind him, and they're trying to set up some sort of traffic control around the neighborhood as well, being that he's primarily staying in the same area. Why he's not giving up? He thinks he can get away. He doesn't want to, and there's a lot of LAPD units trying to track this guy. And it looks like no front end damage. It appeared for a second there the front end of that Range Rover may have been damaged, but that's not the case. Now traveling back southbound here through South LA. He's been staying between about 48th and 52nd Street. The numbered streets running east-west here through South LA. The north-south streets, the majors are Broadway, Main, Avalon, and Central. Oh, almost missing that guy. Look at him. That was really close. Yeah, and this the one passenger. Yeah, he certainly did. He just looked out the window there, and again, it's possible because he's staying in this neighborhood. He's trying to make contact with someone or stay close to an area that he knows. We'll widen out, and we'll see if police are still. Yep, they still are tracking. And this, I'm surprised we haven't seen an accident yet. The way that he's driving, trying to evade the Los Angeles Police Department against oncoming traffic. Now heading back down a numbered street westbound towards the 110 freeway. 3 people. There's a driver and the driver and then 2 passengers. That's what we heard. And we did hear initially before we arrived on scene here, Stephen Araxia, that one of the individuals did throw a weapon out. Going across the intersection here, yeah, this is such a dangerous situation. And when he gets a chance, he really speeds up. But you know, in these areas of the numbered streets, back on a numbered street again, making his way westbound here through South Los Angeles. And it's the Los Angeles Police Department pursuing the driver and the two suspects who were believed to be armed. There's the 110 Harbor Freeway, so crossing over now towards the west side of the 110 freeway and turning left on this frontage road of the 110 Harbor Freeway, heading south through South LA. And he was on the west side of the freeway for a while, but then he came across the freeway and was on the east side of the 110 freeway. The Harbor Freeway there you see on the bottom of your screen. We'll try to get a better picture of him here. And there will be an option for him to get on the freeway, so we'll see if he chooses to do that. Picking up speed there quite a bit now that this area isn't quite as busy as it was on the east side of the 110 freeway, where we saw all those schools and the narrow streets there, making a continued southbound ride here on this frontage road. And again, this is right up against the 110 Harbor Freeway here, and there will be an on-ramp here. I believe it's at Manchester that he may be able to get on. There's a police, a LAPD SUV trailing him just behind him here. Let's see what he does here, if he's going to make a right turn. Yes, making a right turn here, so heading west here. And we're in LAX airspace as of right now, and we're going to track him as far as we can. But if we have to get closer to LAX, we may have to pull off this just a bit. But he's continuing westbound here. He's going right through stoplights and stop signs here. He almost hit a pedestrian, a bicyclist as well. As of right now, we're not hearing anybody been hit. Here's a little precarious situation with a trash truck, and that SUV did the right thing. He pulled around there. He saw what was coming, and that's what you need to do. If you're ever in a situation like this where you see something unusual, pull off to the right. Give the officers plenty of room. Don't try to be a hero. That's Hoover Street right there. And he made his way across Hoover and continuing westbound, I would say probably about 56th Street this would be, close to Manchester, through South LA. The LAPD helicopter is up over this as well. He's making a left turn into a driveway now. Let's see what happens. We'll get on the north side of this. This is a very dangerous situation. The adrenaline's high. LAPD is setting up. There's a captain there telling him exactly what to do. It looks like he is going to give up. There's the driver of the Range Rover there. And again, we heard that there were two other suspects, passengers inside that car as well. He's backing up. It does appear he's doing what he's told. Now, typically what they do is they order each individual out one at a time. But sometimes that might be different. But bottom line, they want the suspects' backs to them with their hands up. And it looks like they are doing what they're told. He has something in his hand. He's agitated. The guy in the street's agitated, too. He's not. That guy looks like he's on his phone. The one passenger, Stephen Aroxia. Stephen Aroxia. He's agitated and he's on his phone. The guy and the. Okay, come on. Hey, look at him. He's facing. He's not doing. Hey, guys, look at the one passenger facing the officer there, clearly agitated. He was holding his phone, I believe, and texting, and he is not doing what he's being told right now. He should be laid flat out, arms and legs spread. He's motioning towards the officers, looking directly at them, clearly not doing what he's being told. That was one of the passengers inside. And again, we had heard, too, that there was a driver and two passengers, but at this point, we're just seeing the two individuals, and then the one now is laying flat down again, but for a while there. It appears from our vantage point it is, but the driver, we're shooting from a distance and looking at a really small monitor here. What we'll be able to determine, it would be a female officer who would be the individual who would frisk any female suspects, but no, it looks like both suspects are males. And now they're clearing the car, making sure there's nobody else inside, tinted windows there. So we saw the 4 fingers, code 4, so the automobile is clear, so there was just the driver and the passenger there who were being pursued by the Los Angeles Police Department. But we did have initial reports that one of those two individuals did throw a weapon out during this pursuit through South LA. All right. Did KTLA get out of their commercial early? It had to have been. Good. Perfect. Good. As long as they didn't beat us. All right. All right, cool. He's got his lanyard with his, one guy's got a lanyard with his, work badge on. All right, let's get the street, Vince. I got to think it's 56 or that's Hoover, yeah. 57, so it's got to be 57. Yeah. Okay. You tell me. I mean, Okay, coming back to us on. We'll widen out. We'll show the Harbor Freeway here as well.
And for those of you just joining us, we are looking at the aftermath of a police chase that went through South Los Angeles. We watched as this white SUV evaded police, turning on different streets in South LA before turning into a driveway. There were 2 suspects inside the vehicle. Both of them have since surrendered.
That's right, just the driver and one
We
passenger,
watched as they
both taken
exited
into
the
custody by
vehicle,
Los Angeles Police
dropped to the
Department. We'll wind
ground.
out, this scene will be winding down shortly on 57th Street, just to the west
And
of
were
Hoover in
arrested
South
by
LA. On the
LAPD. You can see
westbound
many
side of the
LAPD
110
units
freeway. We'll show you
responded to
that.
the scene
Little update on
in
your
South
commute
LA
on
around
this
57th
Thursday
Street and
morning. A
Hoover
dry
Street.
commute, as
It looks
Maria
like
said,
the
but
chopper is
24
now
hours from
leaving
now,
the scene, so this
think
will
ahead,
wrap up
you
our
might
police
wanna,
chase coverage out of Los
get a little
Angeles.
earlier
We
tonight,
appreciate
wake up a little earlier
anyone
so you can
and
get on the
everyone
road earlier
tuning
because
in
it could be real messy
for
with
our
that rain moving
coverage.
through. Busy here on the 110 Harbor Freeway.
If you're new
The
to our
northbound
channel,
side of the
please
110
feel
freeway
free to
coming
hit the
towards us away from
subscribe button on
105
YouTube. And if
up
you're
from
watching
South
on
LA there.
Facebook
That's a busy
and want to
side.
stay
Heading
posted on all sorts of breaking news, make sure to hit that like button on Facebook. That way you'll know whenever we go live with breaking news such as a police chase like this.
Beautiful morning sky here over Southern California as well, as that tropical moisture in advance of that low pressure system off the coast moves towards Southern California. Back to you in the studio. I don't know. That's all right.
We'll be back with more news now at 9 o'clock
All right.
on fox10phoenix.com.